There is a distinct kind of pain in being underestimated. It is the look in their eyes when they dismiss your ideas. It is the tone of their voice when they speak over you. It is the silence when you walk into a room, as if your presence holds no weight. They see you as weak. They see you as harmless. They see you as someone who can be ignored, pushed aside, or used. Let them. In the laws of power and the dark corridors of human psychology, being underestimated is not a curse. It is the ultimate gift. It is a weapon. When your enemy or your false friend believes you are smaller than you are, they lower their shield. They reveal their cards. They speak freely because they do not fear you. And this is exactly where you want them. The most dangerous person in the room is never the one shouting, bragging, or beating their chest. The most dangerous person is the one who sits quietly in the corner, observing, calculating, and waiting. The one who allows others to feel superior, while secretly holding the keys to the kingdom. Today we are going to dismantle the psychology of underestimation. We are not just going to talk about how to deal with disrespect. We are going to learn how to weaponize it. We will explore how to use their arrogance against them, how to hide your brilliance behind a mask of mediocrity, and how to prepare for the moment, the single, decisive moment where you reveal who you truly are. By the end of this video, you will understand why the tiger does not roar before it strikes. You will learn how to make them regret every time they look down on you. History is filled with the graves of arrogant men who underestimated their opponents. Goliath underestimated David. The Persian Empire underestimated the Greeks. The hare underestimated the tortoise. Why does this happen? Why do intelligent people make such fatal mistakes? It is because arrogance is a blindfold. When someone underestimates you, they are essentially telling you that they are blinded by their own ego. They believe their narrative so strongly that they cannot see reality. They see what they want to see: a victim, a subordinate, a fool. This creates your first strategic advantage, the Trojan horse. In ancient Troy, the Greeks did not win by overpowering the walls with brute force. They won by presenting a gift, a harmless wooden horse. The Trojans, in their arrogance, dragged the horse inside their gates. They celebrated, they slept. They thought the war was over and that they were the victors. But inside that horse sat the elite soldiers of Greece, waiting for nightfall. You must become that Trojan horse. When people underestimate you, do not correct them. Do not get angry. Do not interrupt them to say, "Actually, I am smart." No, that is what a weak person does. A weak person craves validation. A powerful person craves control. If they think you are slow, be slow. If they think you are naive, be naive. Let them drag you into their circle. Let them speak freely in front of you. When you appear harmless, people relax. They stop filtering their words. They reveal their secrets, their insecurities, and their true intentions. They hand you the ammunition you will later use to destroy them. Accept the role they have given you. Wear it like a costume, but underneath, keep your mind sharp. Keep your eyes open. You are not who they think you are. You are a spy in their camp. Robert Greene, in his 48 Laws of Power, speaks of Law 21, seem dumber than your mark. This is one of the hardest laws to practice because our ego wants to be recognized. We want people to know we are intelligent. We want the applause. But you must ask yourself, do you want to be right or do you want to win? Intelligence is intimidating. If you walk into a new job, a new social circle, or a business negotiation and immediately show how brilliant you are, you put a target on your back. People become envious. They become defensive. They start to plot against you because you are a threat. But if you play the sucker, if you seem a little less intelligent than you actually are, you disarm them. No one fears the fool. No one plots against the person they think is beneath them. Imagine a colleague who always tries to explain things to you, treating you like a child. The average person gets offended. The strategist, however, leans in. They ask questions. "Oh, I see. Can you explain that again?" "Wow, you're so good at this. How did you figure that out?" By doing this, you feed their ego. They feel like a god, so they keep you around. They protect you because you make them feel smart. but simultaneously you hide your competence. While they are busy lecturing you, you are learning their methods. You are seeing their flaws. You are surpassing them in silence. There is a dark freedom in being the fool. You are invisible. You can make mistakes, and people forgive them because he doesn't know any better. You can ask sensitive questions, and people answer them because he's just curious. You are gathering intel that a smart person could never access. Never be in a rush to show your cards. The longer you can maintain the illusion of incompetence, the bigger the shock will be when you finally drop the act. The biggest mistake people make when they are underestimated is that they talk too much. They try to prove themselves with words. They argue. They debate. They try to convince the other person of their worth. This is futile. You cannot talk a person out of their arrogance. You can only shock them out of it. Silence is not empty. It is full of answers. When you are quiet, people get uncomfortable. They start to fill the silence. They talk about themselves. They reveal their plans. A person who is constantly talking is a person who is constantly giving away power. A person who is listening is a person who is taking it. Think of the predator in the wild. Does the lion announce its presence to the gazelle? Does it roar from a mile away? No. It moves through the grass without a sound. It blends in with the environment. It waits until the gazelle is grazing, comfortable, and unsuspecting. When you are being underestimated, your silence is your camouflage. Stop telling people your plans. Stop posting your every move on social media. Stop telling your friends about your next business idea. Every time you speak about your goals, you dissipate the energy needed to achieve them. And worse, you give your enemies a chance to sabotage you. If they don't know what you are doing, they cannot stop you. If they don't know where you are striking, they cannot defend. Build a fortress of silence around your ambitions. Let them think you are doing nothing. Let them think you are stagnant. Let them joke about your lack of progress. Let them say, he's just drifting. Let them believe it. Because while they are talking, you are working. While they are sleeping, you are building. You are sharpening the blade in the dark. So you are playing the fool. You are silent. But what are you actually doing? You are accumulating. To make them regret underestimating you, you cannot just pretend to be better. You must become undeniable. This is the phase of the grind in the shadows. When people underestimate you, they usually exclude you. They don't invite you to the important meetings. They don't include you in the big decisions. This gives you something very valuable: time. While they are busy with office politics, social dramas, and maintaining their fragile egos, you have the freedom to improve. Read the books they are too lazy to read. Learn the skills they think are beneath them. Understand the psychology of the people around you. Analyze your opponent. What are their weaknesses? The arrogant person usually has a fatal flaw. Maybe they are disorganized. Maybe they are bad with money. Maybe they treat their subordinates poorly. Maybe they are impulsive. Identify that weakness. Do not point it out. Do not help them fix it. Just observe it. Note it down in your mind. That weakness is the crack in their armor. And one day, you will put your finger right into that crack and tear it open. But to do that, you need leverage. Competence is the only currency that matters in the end. You must become so good, so efficient, and so knowledgeable that when you finally step into the light, your value is absolute. Think of it like an iceberg. They only see the 10% above the water, the quiet, unassuming version of you. They have no idea about the 90% that is hidden beneath the surface: the discipline, the study, the obsession, the burning desire to win. Build your mass under the water. Let them crash into you. Sometimes, to win the war, you must lose a battle. There will be moments when the person who underestimates you will try to dominate you publicly. They might make a joke at your expense. They might take credit for your work. They might try to embarrass you. The instinct is to fight back, to snap, to defend your honor. Resist that instinct. If you fight back too early, you reveal your strength. You show them that you have teeth. And if they see your teeth, they will bring a bigger stick. You are not ready for the final war yet. Instead, use the tactic of false surrender. Smile, nod, let them have the petty victory. Say, "You're right, I messed that up," or "Good joke, you got me." When you surrender, you kill their aggression. You satisfy their ego instantly. They think they have put you in your place. They relax. They put their weapon down. They turn their back on you, and that is exactly when you can start to maneuver. False surrender is a control tactic. By controlling their emotions and making them feel dominant, you control the situation. You are not losing. You are positioning. You are moving your chess pieces while they are busy celebrating a pawn capture. Do not let your pride destroy your strategy. Swallow the bitter pill now so you can feast later. Remember, the ultimate revenge is not a witty comeback in an argument. The ultimate revenge is a total shift in power dynamics where they end up needing you. We have established the foundation. You are now the Trojan horse. You are wearing the mask of the fool. You are silent. You are observing their weaknesses and building your own strength in the shadows. You have lulled them into a deep, comfortable sleep with your false surrenders. But a weapon is useless if it is never fired. Preparation is nothing without execution. You have been patient. You have been quiet. Now, it is almost time to make them regret it. Preparation is a silent process, but the strike must be a sudden storm. You have spent weeks, months, or perhaps even years in the shadows. You have watched them laugh at your expense. You have felt the weight of their condescension. But while they were enjoying the view from their imaginary throne, you were rearranging the ground beneath their feet. Now the time for masquerading is over. It is time for the reveal. The secret to a successful strike against those who underestimate you is timing. In the world of power, timing is everything. If you reveal your true strength too early, they will recognize the threat and move to neutralize you before you are ready. If you wait too long, the opportunity may pass. You must wait for the moment of their greatest vulnerability, the moment when their arrogance has reached its peak. Arrogance is like a drug. It makes people feel invincible, and in that feeling of invincibility, they become careless. They leave the door unlocked. They leave the safe open. They tell the one secret they should have kept. This is your opening. When you strike, you must not do it out of anger. Anger is loud, messy, and predictable. If you attack because your feelings are hurt, you are still playing their game. No, your strike must be surgical. It must be cold. It must be a logical consequence of their own mistakes. You are not getting back at them. You are simply correcting the power dynamic. The best way to make them regret underestimating you is not to tell them they were wrong, but to show them that they are now beneath you. Imagine a scenario where they expected you to fail. Perhaps it's a high-stakes project, a social confrontation, or a business negotiation. They have prepared for the weak version of you. They have their insults ready. They have their dismissive gestures planned. But when the moment arrives, you move with a level of competence they didn't know existed. You speak with an authority they never heard. You display a depth of knowledge they didn't think you possessed. Watch their faces in that moment. The confusion, the sudden realization, the fear. That is the sound of their reality shattering. This is the psychological checkmate. You have used their own bias against them. Because they thought you were a fool, they didn't prepare for a genius. Because they thought you were a follower, they didn't prepare for a leader. You haven't just won, you have invalidated their entire judgment of human character. You have proven that their superior eyes were actually blind. This is the moment they begin to regret. Not because you were mean, but because they realize they gave a lethal weapon to someone they thought was a toy. But the strike is only half the battle. To truly make them regret underestimating you, you must handle the aftermath with total composure. When they realize their mistake, they will react in one of two ways. They will either try to become your friend out of fear, or they will try to sabotage you out of spite. You must be ready for both. If they try to flatter you, do not be fooled. They are not impressed by your character. They are afraid of your power. Treat them with a polite, cold distance. Let them know that their earlier disrespect was noticed, and that the window for a genuine connection has permanently closed. If they try to sabotage you, let them. By this point, you should have built enough leverage and competence that their puny attempts to pull you down only make them look desperate. When an elephant is bitten by a fly, it doesn't turn around to argue. It simply keeps walking. Your success is the ultimate punishment. Every time they see your name, every time they hear of your achievements, every time they see you standing in a position they thought they deserved, the regret will deepen. It will become a slow-burning fire in their mind, reminding them that they lost an ally and created a superior enemy. Never explain yourself. Never say, "I told you so." Never seek their apology. An apology is a weak man's comfort. You don't need their words. You have the results. The most powerful response to someone who finally realizes they underestimated you is a slight, knowing smile and then total indifference. Indifference is more painful than hatred. Hatred means you still care. Indifference means they no longer matter. By removing them from your emotional world, you strip them of their last bit of significance. From this day forward, you must maintain this new standard. Do not return to the sucker mask once the war is won. Unless you are moving on to a new target, you have established a reputation. You are now the person that people think twice before dismissing. You are the hidden variable. You are the storm that no one saw coming on a clear day. Remember the lesson of the dark psychology of power. People do not respect those who are nice or easy to understand. They respect those who have depth, those who are unpredictable, and those who have the discipline to stay silent until the moment of impact. Being underestimated was your greatest advantage. It allowed you to grow without interference. It allowed you to build your empire in peace. Now, as you stand in the light of your own competence, look back at those who doubted you. Do not look at them with malice. Look at them with the pity a king feels for a court jester who forgot his place. They didn't see you coming because they were looking at themselves in the mirror. Their regret is not your burden to carry. It is the price they pay for their blindness. You have outsmarted them. You have outlasted them. And most importantly, you have outgrown them. The game is over. You have won.